When I was trying to decide how to write the speech, I was stunned. But then I thought, what would my favorite childhood character, Winnie the Pooh, do? Here are one of his quotes. "If there ever comes a day when we can't be together, keep me in your heart. I'll stay there forever." I have to say that my greatest inspiration came from a book most of us have read, like it or not, our math book. It was late one night, and I was sitting with my algebra book sprawled out in front of me, checking the answer to a problem. Luckily, it was an odd number problem because the answer was right there in the back. I flipped to the back, and there was the answer. A fraction. 2 sevens. The more I thought about it, the more I realized how 2 sevens, how 2 parts of 7, have come to define who we are, especially as teenagers. Let me explain why. As humans, we usually have something to look forward to in order to get us through the days. And more often than not, that something we look forward to is the weekend. We push ourselves through the week to get to the weekend. We push ourselves to the point where we have become 2 sevens people, only really living 2 days out of the 7. Sure, blood is moving through our veins, and yeah, oxygen is flowing through our lungs in those 5 days, as it is on those 2 weekend days. But it is not the same. We are not the same. In those 5 days, are we really living, or are we living on autopilot? Things can be different, though. We can look forward to those 5 weekdays just like we do the weekend, and thereby becoming 7 sevens people. And thereby we become whole. Daily life can be a lot more interesting and meaningful if we take risks, shed our fear of failure, chase our dreams, and spend more time with one another. If we just do that, we will find ourselves becoming more invested in the here and now, instead of looking at the clock and counting down time. One way we can move closer to becoming 7 people is by taking risks in our daily lives, whether big or small, academic or social. So take a risk. Say hi to that person in the hallway instead of making brief eye contact and choosing to walk away until you pass each other. We've all done it. In the moment you're thinking, will he say hi? Should I initiate? Will it be awkward if I don't? Just say it. Human beings are creatures of emotion, attachment, and attention. And you hold the power to make someone's day. And if it's worse comes to worse, just remember that awkward is just nothing but a state of mind. Take a risk. Next time you're sitting in class and someone doesn't make sense, ask a question. Who cares if people think it's dumb? Who really cares? Because in a few years, or even in just a few moments, they will forget and you will have learned the material. So take a risk. Go up to that boy from English class and start up a conversation. Who cares if you don't hang out on the weekends? I guarantee you that he would be more than happy to talk. And take a risk. Call up that girl for help with homework when you really just want to talk to her because you think she's beautiful. Better yet, find it within yourself to tell her that she's one of the most beautiful girls that you've ever seen. Okay, maybe that last part is just for the guys, but take a risk. Be nice to all people. You never know when that certain person will be an asset to your future. Becoming 7 sevens is not only about taking risks, it's also about confronting the natural human fear of failure. The world has spoken and has decided to mark failure as something only associated with the lowest of the low in society, the rejects and the losers. But when we see successful people in life, we see what's close to a finished product. We don't see the process. We don't see the countless shots the stud basketball player missed, or the numerous journal entries the accountant made up before getting the balance sheet just right. I quote Michael Jordan, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I failed over and over again in my life, and that's why I succeed." Really, when you think about it, failure in life is inevitable. It is going to happen unless, of course, you live your life so carefully that you very well may have never lived at all. And if that is the case, then you have already failed. Failure will teach you things you cannot learn no place else. You may find that you have a great work ethic, a strong will, an extra beat of motivation and determination, and a network of friends who love you. Really, how else will you know yourself or the strength of your friendships until both have been tested by adversity? That is why we cannot fear failure. We must risk failure in order to live. And it is in these moments of risk that the greatest memories are made, that life takes on greater meaning. If you take a moment to think about your own defining memories, I bet more than a few of them would be about how you conquered your fears, or did something daring and courageous. With your friends, we hold the power to make more of those memories. We also hold the power to turn our dreams into reality, which is another part of achieving our goals, or 7 sevens. But at age 18 years young, it's hard to know what your dream is. Sure, some of us may know what we want to do in life, but even those people may find new inspiration along the way. So for many of us still trying to figure out what we want to do, just give it time, and you'll find your dream, or maybe it'll find you. And when you find that dream, you got to get after it, protect it, and dare to be idealistic. Just like with failure, though, society has turned us against that word, idealism. But make no mistake about it, we desperately need more idealistic thinkers in the world today. In fact, there are dreamers sitting among us right now. At the heart of every great goal is idealism. And at the heart of every leader, every risk-taker, every go-getter is the ability to change our definition of what idealistic is. Moreover, your dreams and goals take on a whole new meaning if you have someone to share them with. Which brings me to my next point. Being 7 sevens is about being together. My dad, Bob, always taught me from a young age about working hard, even as I resisted when I was younger. And my mom, Tammy, showed me nothing is impossible. Shoot for the stars with my dreams, and they will happen. And to my stepmom, Annette, I'll always remember you telling me that life is about cherishing each other, and that if possible, every meal should be a social activity. You're right. We should never eat a meal alone if we can help it. Because in life, we are about is being in the moment and making the moments count. And we make the moments count by enjoying one another's company, by sharing our stories, laughs, goals, aspirations, and memories with one another. In the end, life is about the big and small things. The A on the exam and the car ride conversations, the game-winning touchdown, the high in the hallway, the college acceptance, and the songs we sing with our teammates on the bus ride home. They are all important. In fact, I go as far to say that what we view as the smaller things are the more important things. Not to say that the bigger things like the classes, quizzes, tests, and essays haven't served their purpose. They definitely have, and we've absorbed an immense amount of knowledge during our 4 years here. But at this very moment in time, I can't tell you from Anatomy 3 the substance released from the hypothalamus, but I'm sure Mr. Schaefer could tell you. What I can tell you is about the time me and one of my friends' lives were changed after seeing Phantom of the Opera. I was sure I wanted to be the Phantom at that moment. I also can't tell you right now what an adjective or a pronoun is. Sorry, Mrs. Probst, Mrs. Newland, and Mr. Nesbitt. But I can tell you how my band of brothers came together for 4 years of the greatest winning homecoming skits ever put on in the high school. More than anything, high school has been about how we've interacted with one another, with our teachers, coaches, parents, siblings, with people in the grades below us and above us, with the counselors, the janitors, the secretaries, and anybody else who's called Southern Cal home during our 4 years here. It's amazing that after 4 years of working, studying, laughing, dancing, and singing together, that we're down to the last few minutes in our high school careers. So I want to leave the class of 2011 with some final words. I wanted to tell you all that I'll be loving you for the rest of my life. I love each and every 43 of you, plus all of my friends and teammates from Rockwell City Lit that have been a part of my life for the past 4 years. We are all still connected through our memories of this day and of this incredible school that I've called home for the past 4 years. While tomorrow brings a new journey, today marks the end of a chapter in our lives. No longer will we eat together in the cafeteria. No longer will we put on the burgundy gray or purple and black with our teammates. We've been the hybrid class. We were Southern Cal Mustangs for some things and South Central Cal Titans for others. While there have been sacrifices, there have also been many gains in the transition of joining with Rockwell. As the last class to be called Southern Cal Mustangs, we, the class of 2011, look forward to the new era and the new beginnings of South Central Calhoun Titans and can't wait to see all of your success. No longer will we sit together in world geography or study hall. No longer will we walk together through these hallways of Southern Cal. The world is now our hallway. Our universities, jobs, and possibly the military for some will now be our classrooms. And my hope is that when we meet later down on the road of life, We will have amazing stories to share with one another. My hope is that we become fearless. My hope is that we live with no regrets. My hope is that we, the members of the Southern Cal High School class of 2011, become 77 people. And I want to leave you with another Winnie the Pooh quote. If ever there is tomorrow, when we're not together, there is something you must always remember. You are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. But the most important thing is, even if we're apart, I'll always be with you. Thank you.